if you ever met me, you would know that I always say that I'm the first Black business on Michigan Avenue in Chicago. But technically, I'm not, because there was a company out way before I got started. It was called Johnson Publishing. It was owned by the Black dude. I can't remember his first name, but his last name is Mr. Johnson. Johnson Publishing. They had Jet, Ebony, all those magazines for years. And just recently, they sold their archives and stuff like that, of Black photos and stuff like that, to some. Well, they didn't sell it. They got it auctioned away. And it was like $3 million because they had to pay creditors and stuff like that since they closed down the company over the years. So, but he actually owned his own building. He owned his own building on Michigan Avenue, which is South Michigan. South Michigan, I'm assuming it was probably around 7th Street or something. I can't remember. I just was a kid walking past it and I heard his story. And quickly about his story, he said that when he went in there to buy the building, they told him no, he couldn't do it. So he said, what the hell? So he said he got the janitor from a building to wear a suit. And I might be mistaking this in accuracy, but he got a janitor to wear a suit and go in there and purchase the building for him. And he went in there like the janitor's help or something like that. Or he didn't go in there at all with the guy. And then he said the guy was a white guy, the janitor. And then he was able to buy the building. And the people were surprised that he was the actual owner, even though they spoke to a white guy. So that's how he got the building on Michigan Avenue. And I don't know if he still owns it today. I want to say he probably don't, since they already sold the property, the intellectual property from the company. But don't quote me on that. So why I call myself the first Black business on Michigan Avenue is because I'm talking about the Magnificent Mile, the North Michigan Avenue. So Chicago is separated by this bridge. Well, the downtown area is separated by this bridge. The bridge is called Wacker Street. And on Wacker Street, it's the south side, and then you cross over to the north side. The north side of Michigan Avenue is where all the bougie stores are, all the shopping district, all the major restaurants and everything like that. So that's where I opened my company at about 2 or 3 years ago. Now, I started on the south side of Michigan Avenue, but I went to the north side and I ran into some infractions. I ran into some trouble, but it was like blessings after the trouble each time. So I'll go into that in detail in another show. But right now it's been about 3 or 4 years where I've been operating my business, HoodFilms, promoting my music and films that I created with my people. And it's just been a great, great, great thing. So aside from the creating part, I went out to New York a few times just to check out the world up there, because the world of selling on the streets, the world of promotion on the street, it's a little bit played out. It's a little bit played out in the world because the internet is here. But so when people see me, they always be like, man, what the hell are you doing? Like, why was you selling that? What are you doing? But it's not necessarily about selling music, films. It's selling a souvenir. It's selling a piece, a product from Chicago. And it took me a while to have to understand that. Chicago is a world-class place. It's like basically, it's known. It's like known just like New York and LA and Las Vegas perhaps, but it's very, very known. So you got people from all over the world, from every walk of life, coming here to experience Chicago, to see the Sears Tower, to see the John Hancock. So they out here. They come into the city. They want to see Millennium Park. They want to go to get pizza. They want to get a Chicago hot dog. It's a well-known place. So when they leave here, they want to take something home. So I always look at it just like when you visit out of town, or you get a keychain before you go, or you might stop in the store, you get the little shot glass. And if you ever visit somebody with that shot glass, that glass almost have fur or sitting on it, on their shelves, because they barely touch it. After they get home, it might say Jamaica on the side of it. They'll sit right there and never touch that thing again. And it's the same thing of the products that I sell. It's something that somebody want to take home to their city, because where they're from, they don't have Chicago activity. It's not there. And what I also had to learn is that this world is so big. I mean, man, it's people from all over the world come here, that a lot of these people don't even have Black people in their state, in their country, like in period. Like they might be from Bombay, literally from India. They might be from Shanghai. So there's not a Black person walking down the street. So when they get a chance to get something from a Black person, a real Black person from Chicago, they taking it back and they cherish it. They taking it back and they believing in it. And I think that's the key. what